Once you've made your first cyanotype photograms, you may want to start developing your ideas further by making contact prints. The cyanotype process is a negative photo process, as you will remember, which means that the areas of the paper you block from the sun will stay white, where the UV light can touch will darken. So you need to make a negative image. This can feel counterintuitive at first, so it's best to explore with some mark making to begin with. You can make contact prints using drawing, writing, collage, mark making, photographic images, or a combination of all of these. Experiment with whatever drawing material you have and explore the mark making that you can achieve. Cyanotypes are sensitive to light and will create different tones depending on the translucency of the material used in the negative. Please forgive my grubby fingers, I am a stereotypical mucky artist. UV light will be better absorbed by any drawing material that is red or brown, and anything that is blue will let the UV light pass through it more easily, so it will be paler. So if you want a more opaque mark in an area you want to stay bright white, use something black or red or brown. For contact prints, you want to use an old photo frame to hold the negative tightly close to the paper when you expose it. Make sure the connection is firm and there are no baggy areas, as these can cause a blurry print. Then just flip over the frame and let the cyanotype develop as normal and watch how the colour changes. If you want to change the colour of the print from blue, you can tone them with ink materials that contain tannin, like tea. The tannin chemically binds to the iron in the cyanotype solution and darkens the colour of the print. Before you tone the print, you can bleach it with a solution of bicarbonate of soda. This will remove the blue and leave the print yellow. Dampen your print first so that it will evenly absorb the bleach, and allow it to sit in the solution until the blue fades. This can take a little while, depending on the strength of your solution. Next, submerge your cyanotype in the toning solution and gently agitate the surface. You can try toning with coffee or different types of tea or red wine, and you don't need to remove the blue if you'd like to keep it as an effect. Again, this can be a slow process, so you can leave the print in the solution. Just make sure you regularly check the toning and remove the print when you're happy with it. Your toning solution will stain your paper to different degrees as well, depending on what you use. You don't just have to share the outcome of your cyanotype postcards with your friends, family or co-workers. You can share the process too. The cyanotype solution goes a long way, so you can coat loads of postcards to share or to take on a walk together. Or you could coat a much larger piece of paper and make a collaborative cyanotype.
I can see that it's different too.
It's really hard to hold it steady actually.
Okay, and then this one.
Yeah, I do like how the flowers
Drop some ink into water and it's just gone. 1, 2, go.
Yeah. So whose is this?
That's me.
Very well held, Jess. Very flat.
That one wasn't because I was a bit like I was leaning on my elbow and I was like, ooh.
I was moving this one.
Look, I'm alive now.
Now that you've made your Cyanotype postcards, you can sit down to think about who you would like to send them to and what you'd like to say to them. I always like to send a postcard to my future self to say hello from the past and to remind myself of the time that I've had. And who doesn't love receiving a postcard and knowing that someone has been thinking of them? You will be tempted to keep some of your brilliant cyanotypes, and you definitely should. But so much of the joy of making comes from sharing, so do put 1 or 2 of them in the post. Cyanotype is a wonderful process because it's not intimidating. It's so easy to achieve effective results, but it has the potential for really exciting and interesting prints. When you're making cyanotypes, you'll start to look at things around you differently. And you'll start to think about the shapes of the objects, or how translucent they are, or what kind of shadows they make. And this process gives us an excuse to stop and be still, and to just sit and think or lose ourselves watching the cyanotype slowly change